Hello, welcome to Together Both. So over the next 4 videos, I'm going to present a series that I've called The Rainbow Connection. All 4 will have something to do with the rainbow, and I'll go over that right after this. Okay, the Rainbow Connection. Well, that kind of makes me think of Kermit the Frog. He's sitting on a log, strumming the guitar and singing, Rainbow Connection. So, hopefully Jim Henson and the company there won't get mad at me for mentioning that in context with my videos, That'd be kind of bad. But, honestly, I just saw that video. It's kind of making the rounds on Facebook, and that's what made me think of that, after I thought of doing the Rainbow Connection as a title. So you just ask my wife, my kids, music, songs, they just pop in my head no matter what I'm thinking of, what I hear. Alright, enough of that silliness. So, over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to do a 4 different video series, something I haven't tried before. And all 4 of these videos will have a connection to the rainbow. Because June is the month that Gay Pride occurs in, and you likely know that the Pride movement has co-opted God's rainbow. They've made it their own symbol, right? So, anyway, I'll have more on that in video 3. Now, this video is going to look at the actual rainbow, why it's there, why it appears, who's supposed to see it. Video 2 will deal with God and the ark and Noah, and whether he was just in his actions. See, there's people that think that God was unjust on that, and we'll get into that in video 2. Video 3, we're going to examine the Pride movement itself and what a Christian's response should be to, gay people, gay humans. Video 4 will be titled Born This Way, and we'll look into whether that is a true statement or not. Back to this video. Let's examine the rainbow. I assume that most of you know that God made the first rainbow after Noah and his family came out of the ark. And I'm willing to bet that most of you think that God put it there to remind us that that He promised not to flood the earth again. God put it there to remind us, right? But as Paul Harvey would say, here's the rest of the story. So you know the premise. Everyone on earth was evil and did evil except for Noah and his sons. God was upset at how humanity had turned out, and he decided to wipe humanity out and start over with Noah's family. Like I said, people said that God wasn't fair. He was doing an awful thing for wiping everybody out. And we'll get more of that, like I said, in the next video. Back to the rainbow, though. So let's get this full story right from the account in Genesis. Genesis 9, verses 8 through 13. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you and your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you. Every living creature on earth I establish my covenant with. Never again will all life on earth be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is the sign of the covenant I'm making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Okay, so there's what the rainbow is. It's a sign of God's covenant with us not to flood the earth again. Check. I think most people already knew that, yeah? But let's see what it says in the next few verses, Genesis 9, verse 14 through 17. Whenever I bring the clouds of the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. So God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and life on the earth. Alright, did you catch that? When the rainbow appears, it says God himself will see it and remember the covenant he established. See, that's one of the verses I've read lots of times, and one time it just kind of pops. Wait, God didn't say we would remember it. He said specifically, God, will remember it. And I just love that. I love it when God gets specific on what he's thinking. And I don't know if you're like me, because once I read that, my mind will kind of go on into overdrive, and I can just imagine God looking down at the earth now, shaking his head at humanity, contemplating, what am I going to do? And then that big rainbow will pop up somewhere on the earth, and he remembers, I promised I won't do that again. Now see, I realize that God doesn't forget anything, but he gave us humor, and he knows full well where my brain will go with it. So there you have it. That's why the rainbow's there, and what it is. Now in the next video, we're going to explore whether God was just in his actions with the flood, or was he acting like a big, huge tyrant. So be sure to catch that next week, and as always, may God richly bless you, may he shine upon you, and thank you for watching Together Both.